right, thank you so much, Jeff, for staying tuned. There's still Super Citizen newspaper review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. The Monday edition, and the clock is ticking. 29th of December 2025. In the next couple of hours, so to speak, in the next 48 hours, we will be singing a new tune. But meanwhile, welcome to the Super Show. My name is Lawrence Omoite. Let's move on with our headlines first. We start off with the Punch newspaper. Federal government writes off $1.2 or $1.42 billion, 5.53 trillion naira NNPC debt. And the 2027 battle, Makinde, Fayose, lock horns over 30 billion naira relief fund. And politicians scheming over 600 billion naira in Rivers coffers. That's from Wiki. And ADC ALP slams Tinubu over Europe holiday amid security crisis. And judges appointments, NJC shortlist 28 as 34 failed integrity test. NDLEA uncovers UK-bound cocaine hidden in starch at Lagos Airport. Obaseki fumes as suspected political thugs strip cousin naked. That Obaseki, the former governor of Edo State. Ukraine peace deal close, territory issue unresolved, Trump. And US airstrikes, Tamboa visits Sokoto community. And Chile hails Eagles intensity despite late Tunisia scare. And speeding driver kills 9-year-old, injures 4 children in Lagos. What a sad story there. All right, we move on to the Nation newspaper now. Economy remains stable despite airstrikes in Sokoto. And court voids orders obtained by suppression of fact. And why health sector needs reforms in 2026. 2027, why SDP rejected coalition talks to wrestle power from Tinubu by Adebayo. And Makinde, Fayose in row over 50 billion naira federal government's cash support for Ibadan blast victim. And President's economic reforms developing Nasarawa State, says Governor Sule. And NJC shortlist 28 for appointment as Federal High Court judges. All right, we move on to the Sun newspaper now. 2027 Obi Atiku splits ADC, LP crisis deepens. Why I will not be vice president to anybody, Peter Obi. And NAS misses December 2025 deadline for completion of constitution review. Makinde challenges Fayose to show proof 50 billion naira was released to him. And 34 lawyers failed NJC integrity test for appointment as judges. All right, this day newspaper is next now, and finance minister to investors, partners over US strike, Nigeria not at war. And Tinubu closes 2027 deal with Kano Governor Yusuf, concluding plans to join APC. Atiku warns against fresh laws, declares new tax act nullity. FG rakes in 612 billion naira from electronic transfers. VAT stamp duties in November. Our competition in downstream petroleum sector will benefit consumers. That's from the GMD of NNPC. Tinubu departs Lagos for Europe. Abu Dhabi and ADC criticizes trip amidst US strike. FG allocates 17.3 billion naira to group life insurance of its workers. We move on to the Guardian newspaper now. 34 lawyers failed integrity test, dropped from Federal High Court judgeship race. Overnight concerns as assemblies hastily pass 34.63 trillion naira budgets. And federal government seeks to calm market as US strikes test sovereignty economy. And Huiruwa accuses INEC Wiki of working to undermine opposition parties. Floods, wildfires, top costless climate-related disasters in 2025. And FG withheld 20 billion naira by an explosion aid over refusal to pay bribe. Next is the cable newspaper now. They must say the president is happy with you. Wike knocks politicians visiting River State for money. And SEC says 753 billion naira raised via commercial papers in 5 months. Leaders into APC. Kwankwasiya movement plays with Kwankwaso Abba Yusuf. Account for 50 billion naira Ibadan explosion relief, or your APC tells Makinde. And Nigerians paying cheapest domestic airfare in the world, as from Allen Oyema of Air Peace. And NMDPRA says Dangote refinery petrol supply fell below projection. We'll move on to New Telegraph now. Edo PDP condemns attack on Obaseki and presents evidence of approval, not request, Makinde tells Fayoshi. Regazetting tax law without repassage is nullity, Atiku. APC National Chairman visits Gombe. All right, we move on to pen pushing now. Secretary to the government of the Federation, George Akume, marries on his former Queen Zainab. Okay. And Nollywood actress Orwell Ademola dies of heart attack at 43. A sad one there. And terrorists relocate after United States of America airstrikes. Ubiquitous politician Peter Obi set to join African Democratic Congress. That's from penpushing.com. And suspected thugs strip former governor's cousin naked. Man kills childhood friend during housewarming party in Edo State. Popular Oyo State radio broadcaster Kola Oladapo is dead. And Tinubu is my teacher in politics, says All Progressives Congress National Chairman. All right, we'll take a short break now. When we return, we'll look at some of the stories in details. It's still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. It's the Monday edition. Please don't go away. We will be back in a moment.
Hello, Abuja. You are listening to 93.7 Citizen FM, the latest radio station based in Nigeria's capital. Our station seeks to broadcast a broad mix of culture and views with priority given to development programming to enable residents share ideas and opinions, music and drama. At Citizen FM, we believe in progressive talk and solution-driven conversation. Our aim is to build a united Nigeria by bringing people of diverse culture together through communication. Enjoy listening to 93.7 Citizen FM. We are more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
Omi tuntun ti ru ẹja tuntun wà ní odò ẹtún máa gbọ́.
Ẹ̀yin ìyá mi, ẹ̀yin bàbá mi tí ẹ wà ní agbègbè Àbújá àti jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Rédíò kan ṣoṣo tí gbogbo èèyàn fẹ́ràn láti máa gbọ́, tó fúnni nímọ̀, tó fúnni lọ́gbọ́n, tó fúnni lóye. Citizen FM ní 93.7 ẹ máa gbọ́. Ìgbọ́ Citizen FM 93.7 inú yín ó mọ dùn. Thanks for listening.
Did you miss out on the news during the week? Not to worry. Retrospect is here to make up for the missed information. Retrospect is a complete package of all the major news headlines that made the airwaves from Sunday to Saturday. Join me, Esther Nwusu, on the program Retrospect on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Sunday at 6 p.m. Retrospect. We keep you informed.
Oya o my people, make una come gather here. Which kind tori una wan hear on top radio? Wetin dey catch fire on top social media? Bring am on top make we talk am for Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja every Monday go reach Thursday, and the time na 5:10 wey be 10 minutes after 5. Make we talk am as e dey be.
Jákèjádò orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà. Rédíò kan ṣoṣo tí gbogbo èèyàn fẹ́ràn láti máa gbọ́, tó fúnni nímọ̀, tó fúnni lọ́gbọ́n, tó fúnni lóye. Citizen FM ní 93.7 ẹ máa gbọ́. Èmi Àlímọ̀t Àyìnlá Ọmọwúrà ló sọ fún yín pé gbogbo ìgbà tí ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ Citizen FM 93.7 inú yín ó mọ dùn. Thanks for listening.
Wake up, Abuja. Rise and shine. Get ready to start your day on Sunrise at Citizen. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7. Join us from 5 a.m. to 12 noon as we bring you the latest news, trending topics, and the most music to kickstart your day. From politics to entertainment, sports to lifestyle, we've got you covered. Don't miss out on our interactive segments, contests, and giveaways that will keep you engaged and entertained. Start your day with a smile. So, set your alarms and wake up to the best morning show in the city. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7 FM, Abuja's go-to station for news, entertainment, and more. Sunrise at Citizen 93.7 FM, 5 a.m. to 12 noon, Monday to Friday. Let's get this day started.
right, thank you so much for staying tuned. It's still Super Citizen Newspaper Review on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja, and this is the second half of the show, the part where we look at some of the stories in details. And Mr. Salami is in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Salami.
Very, very good morning to you, Lawrence, and our Super Citizen listeners.
Yes, and I'm happy to report to you guys that my boss did not fulfill his Boxing Day constitutionally empowered role, which he's supposed to do. He did not, and I promised that I was going to report him to you guys.
It was true, I didn't box.
All right, Mr. Salami, thank you so much for joining us. This is the last Monday in 2025. And the next time we'll see on a Monday like this, it will be next year. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Meanwhile, Mr. Salami, whoever came up with the idea of this calendar, because this Monday is still going to be the same as the Monday next. Tomorrow is still going to be the same as at least the sun will rise and will set and whatever.
Well, we have seen enough years that we are now indifferent, and we just know that it's just a measure, it's just a way of calibrating our life. Nothing changes.
Yeah.
The sun will rise in the east and set in the west. It is the same thing, Lawrence, but it is good. At least we know how many days we have stayed on this terrestrial plane called Earth. And we know whether we are getting closer to, you know what I'm talking about.
Getting closer to
most of us don't plan for.
The departure hall.
Which most of us don't plan for. We only plan for things that is not certain. The one that is certain, we ignore it. Because whether we like it or not, death is certain.
And the good thing about it is whether you plan for it or not, Shakespeare says it will come when it will come. In one of his plays, he says that one of the greatest miracles he has seen in life is that men fear death. Meanwhile, it's a certainty it will come. That it will come. It will come when it will come. So, okay, Mr. Sarah, let's move on to the review this morning. And the story in the Guardian newspaper. 34 out of 62 lawyers fail integrity test, disqualified from High Court judges' race. No fewer than 34 lawyers nominated for appointment as judges of the Federal High Court have failed the integrity test and have been disqualified from the elevation race. The integrity test is part of the new guidelines approved by the NJC under the CJN Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, aimed at eliminating persons of doubtful character from being appointed as judicial officers. The 34 legal practitioners are part of the 62 applicants nominated for the bench of the High Court but were knocked off. Consequently, dependable sources at the NJC revealed that only 28 nominees who receive a clean bill of health during the integrity test will now face the interview panel of the council next month. Mr. Salam.
Well, you know, judges, they are small gods on heart. And there is a need for them to be above board, so to speak. It's good that at least they have weeded out those with questionable character. As they put it, they failed the integrity test. Even those who pass the integrity test, let us just hope that they will remain men and women imbued with
honor and integrity. Yeah, I was just coming to say that about this should be a normal thing for us in the country, making people go through such tests. Not just people who want to be judges, or if you want to hold any public office, if you want to be in any position to determine the fate of other people, you have to be above board. There has to be a benchmark. And one of the ways we can do this is for us to have a viable data system, which will be able to see your life in a page, touch of a button, right from when you were born, the schools you attended, the clubs you belong to. Have you had any civil case? Have you had any criminal case? Have you gotten any traffic offense ticket? Different things. It's not just to go the analog way and say, okay, we call in the DSS, we call in the police. No, we need to go beyond that and check a lot of things so that somebody does not wake up in Lagos a criminal and end up in Sokoto a saint.
Well.
All right, Mr. Simon, this story, NDLA arrest ex-convict cargo agent over stashed UK-bound cocaine. Operatives of the NDLA have arrested a notorious drug trafficker, Nwobodo Basil, who was previously convicted in 2023 for dealing in cocaine. Basil was arrested following the seizure of 75 parcels of cocaine concealed in factory-sealed sachet of cold water starch and destined for the United Kingdom. The consignment was intercepted at the export shed of the Murtala Mohammed Airport, and 3 cargo agents were arrested. Was subsequently arrested in a follow-up operation at a popular relaxation center in Ikeja, where he had gone on a date with his girlfriend, Mrs. Salami. It's supposed to be funny. If it's not that, it's not funny. Because
but in the first instance, he was convicted in 2023.
2023.
And this is 2025. How many years was he giving? Or was he just giving an option of
maybe fine, or giving a slap in the wrist? Maybe 6 months or 1 year.
It's interesting. It's really interesting, Lawrence, I don't really know how to review this. That is the truth. And he was already sure that the deal had been done, so he was in the Kenyan.
Yes, now.
On a date. Hoping that he had gotten that through again.
Mm-hmm.
This is caught up with him.
Relax. And he's one of those guys that they call, I just came back. You know what I mean? This is the period now that they come in and any small thing, I just came back.
From?
I just came back.
From where?
From wherever. You have the currency to spread around and everything.
Of course. What other language do ladies understand than the language of currency?
It is. Not only ladies, even men. You see,
he had it.
Hangers on, his friends will come around. I'm sure in that place that he was arrested, he was not. He must have been there with his friends also, who will be hailing him.
No, that only told that he was there with the...
No, you know the way these things are now. You have a secluded place with your girlfriend. Meanwhile, your guys are somewhere. Of course. Everything is on the house.
Of course, yes.
But it's sad, Mr. Salam, because kudos, first of all, to the operatives of the NDLA for all this. Because sometimes when I do an analysis of how many drugs have been intercepted and this, and you wonder what would have happened if a lot of this. Yes, we know that once in a while you have some of them escape, some of them are successful. But if this agency was not up and doing, what would have happened?
Honestly, we should thank God for the life of General Babaro. He's doing wonderfully well.
And I think we really need to be, just the way we are becoming very employing extraordinary ways to deal with terrorism. I think drugs also, we need to be very intentional about our prosecution and apprehension of these people. These are no...
And the punishment.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We should be very... Yes.
Yes. When General Buhari was military head of state, it carried death penalty.
Yes. And Nigerians were crying, raised alarm and everything. If we had nipped that at that time, maybe. Because a lot of countries across the world are struggling because the youth of those countries are in a total mess because of the consequences of turning a blind eye or treating drug pushers and couriers with good kids' gloves and stuff like that. It's certainly something killing the future generations of any country.
We are joking with fire because it has become a pandemic.
All right, you can join the conversation 0903-2229-797. you can call us on 0818 2222 and don't forget that you can also send us a WhatsApp message on any of those numbers. Mr. Alami, let's move on to one of the stories dominating media space. I think in the last 4 days or thereabout, Makinde, Fayoshe, in Rao, over 50 billion naira federal government's cash support for Ibadan Blast. The brickbats yesterday between Governor Makinde and former Governor Fayoshe has raised dust over the federal government financial support for the Oyo State government in connection with the 2024 explosion in Ibadan. In Fayoshe's response to Makinde's attack on Wike during his media chat on Wednesday, the ex-governor accused Makinde of not mentioning the 50 billion naira support given to the states by the federal government. But Makinde yesterday debunked the 50 million, saying his government got 30 billion naira. Okay. Fayoshe in his statement, he personally alleged that, Mrs. I'm sure you must have been reading this
Yes,
back and forth.
I have. And Makinde insisted that challenged Fayoshe that Fayoshe should produce proof. And Fayoshe brought up something that allegedly looked like proof. I've not gone through it anyway, but I saw something like that. But the thing is this. Let us still wait and see whether it was true that what he allegedly gotten from the federal government was 50 billion and not 30 billion. And even out of what he got, I understand that he expended only 4.3 allegedly. Let us still wait. The story is still unfolding. But at least we have an idea of how we coast in this part of the world.
Exactly. That was where I was going. It tells a lot of underhand dealings, especially behind the channels, what happens at, especially if the stakes are very high. And if you can read through what is going on between the two personalities. Number one, both of them are politicians. Number two, but Mr. Salami, maybe one day we'll have to do a story on how safe are you when you deal with a politician in terms of the stories, the secrets you share among yourself. It's becoming apparent that when politicians fall out, nothing is off limit.
Well, boyfriend and a girlfriend, when they go...
Or even husband and wife.
But I don't think... let's be very careful about this thing. I do not believe that you should keep secret of looting. Because to me, there should be a whistleblower. But more than that, there is the need for us to make it even difficult to get the money in the first instance. The system should be such that you can't just do that. In abroad, there is no way you will go away with billions. People, the institutions will not allow it. It will not allow it. It's only in this country that it will be 2,000 in your bank account last week, and today it is 250 billion.
And no red flag.
Nothing.
Everybody looks the other way.
Nothing.
It's sad. Yeah, I agree with you that yes, we should have whistleblowers. But what I'm saying is that they say even okay, I don't think that's appropriate to you. But what I'm saying is that when people share secrets while the good going is good, and you now fall out, why do you decide to spill? If you were a whistleblower, the moment you discover anything, whether you're still friends or not, that is the time to blow the whistle.
Why will you share secret of looting? In the first instance, you thought you are criminals. Because, in fact, the truth is that, Lawrence, it should be zero tolerance for corruption. Corruption has eaten deep into the fabric of our society. And like we keep on saying, that collective ownership of thieves should not be allowed. That, it's your brother, so because he's a Yoruba man and you defend him. Somebody who, forgetting that the consequence knows no tribe and knows no creed
our religion.
or religion.
Oh, well, I think that's why perhaps we have this attitude when, for me, when two politicians or two groups are at each other, I just at the entertainment value, because that's all you get from it. Secrets are spilled, and people say things that are unimaginable, and that is all. Everyone moves on to the others, to the next drama. That's it. Two major, in other societies, there are things that people say, and inquiries will be held. People will want to find, institutions will say, look, you said this, prove this, and if it is proven, somebody is made to pay for it.
Look at what Dangote said about the other man the other time. And of course,
there was consequence.
There was. But by and large, there should be privileged information. There are times that you should keep faith. Because if a friend confides in you, you should not breach the trust. At least, there is no general rule to this. There are exceptions. There are what I call privileged information that you do not.
You go to your grave with it.
That's right. That's just it. That's just it.
Exactly. It's just like us in the media. When some of our sources give us information in confidence, we go to our graves with it. No matter, even the threat of prosecution cannot make you reveal your source, because
it's unethical.
Because you gave your word.
It's unethical.
Yes.
It's unethical. In journalism, you protect your source. Even if it means dying.
All right, Mr. Salami, let's move on to another level of politics now. This day newspaper has a story. Tinubu closes 2027 deal with Kano Governor Yusuf, concluding plans to joining ruling APC. A major political shift in the artery of the nation's body politics is about to take place, as the Kano State Governor is being prepped to join the ruling APC alongside members of his new Nigeria People's Party. Sources in both the NNPP and the APC this day gather contend that negotiations for the huge political swing had reached advanced stages, and bearing any last-minute change of mind, APC might be welcoming the biggest prize so far to its ever-unfolding fold.
Yes, as we speak, APC has 28 governors. If they had Kano to it will be 29. Is that right?
Yeah.
And of course, if APC gets Kano, and this is if, then I won't say the game is over. But the truth is this: I don't know how Kokoso will look at this, because already Governor Yusuf and Kokoso, they are now having a serious fight over the likely defection of the governor to APC. But don't say never.
In politics.
But it appears as if the man is japping, quote unquote, or it don't pot. Or don't you think?
Well, for me, I think it's going to make the polity very interesting. Let's see how, because we know that Kwankwaso is still a force to be reckoned with in Kano State, and Governor Yusuf is incumbent, and you know the power of incumbency. But let's see how this is likely to play out at the end of the day. It's going to be a very interesting scenario for political watchers.
Yes, it is. But when you see the combination of the Gandujesua and the Governor Yusuf, all coming together to fight Kakansia, it's going to be a very interesting chess game.
It is. And politics, they say, is a game of interest. Whoever thought that a day will come that Governor Yusuf will be, let us not jump the gun, but assuming this is correct, this story is correct, whoever thought that that time will come, that you have Governor Yusuf and Ganduje in the same political party.
With our man who is eyeing the governorship too.
Exactly, the deputy speaker.
I am not.
The deputy senate president. It's public knowledge. Anybody, there's no secret about that.
You can now see that in politics, what is more important or what is permanent is interest.
It's interest, and every politics is local at the end of the day. And you see, that reminds me, I remember when APC was formed, I think 2013, 2014, and we looked at the political map of Nigeria. The Southeast, it was almost a taboo to be associated with APC. Somebody like former Governor Ngige was seen as a sellout by that region for daring to be associated with the APC. But today, Mr. Salami, even those governors that were given labels, governor of this, you know what I mean. Today, they have powerful forces in the APC. So, as we say, politics, never say never.
Never.
All right, Mr. Salami, let's look at this story. Article 1 against FERG laws. FERG, in quote, declares new tax act a nullity. That's coming from former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. Former Vice President Atiku yesterday escalated the controversy trailing the tax reforms, declaring that the act as gazetted is a constitutional nullity because it does not reflect what was duly passed by the National Assembly. That's from Chief Justice
I'm
Atiku.
not aware that former President read law.
Former Vice President.
Former Vice President. I'm not aware that he read law. And I'm not too sure that he's on the bench. You see, to declare something a nullity, you need to be a judge. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you could do is to take that into court and provide
enough grounds,
enough evidence. So the pronouncement is for the court and not for we who are laymen. But there is nothing bad in raising
alarm
over what you think that, or the process you think that is not proper. But to go to the extent of playing politics with everything and saying that it was a nullity, in your capacity as?
That's what. That was the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that headline. Maybe it's just the way the headline is crafted, but seriously speaking, just like you said, it's only a court of competent jurisdiction that can declare any law a nullity. And but the fact remains, Mr. Salami, Situation Room this week, we dealt with the tax issue. And extensively. So meanwhile, we will have a repeat of that program by 8 a.m. after this program.
We need to do that.
So what I'm saying is that the whole process was not tidy. When we will learn as a nation to always have seamless processes, because I've gone through that tax act as signed by the president, a beautiful piece of legislation. But why do we always want to mess things up at the end of the day? A beautiful piece of legislation, but because of poor handling, you now want to subject it to people who has not even cited the act will come. Everybody automatically have become a tax overnight. Exactly. So if the National Assembly has passed a law, there is a clean copy sent to the president for his assent. And the president gives his assent. And if there are controversies, all you need to do is, why not publish the clean copy that was sent to you by the National Assembly? Vis-a-vis the one signed by the president. You put everything to rest.
But the truth is this. You see, any society where there is impunity and no consequence, in as much as nobody gets punished,
exactly,
you'll be having this type of thing. But Ed must rule in this instance because they have messed up Mr. President. For Mr. President to have put his signature on something, and only to hear, and this is not the first time. You remember? I don't think this is the way to go.
It's not. It's sad. Somebody must be made to pay for this, so as to serve as maybe warning to others who think that we need to always get things straight, and there should always be consequences, no matter who is involved at the end of the day.
Let us just pray.
Well, let's hope so. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Salman Salam. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. And it's 29th, 30th, 31st. I hope my boss will have something for us on the 31st. That will be on Wednesday.
We will. We have newspaper to review.
This is my gossip. Anyway, it's always a pleasure to have you on the show, Mr. Salame.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. Well, that's our package on the show today. Tomorrow it's another day, 7 a.m., bright and early. My name is Lawrence. So much. Enjoy the rest of your day.